is to tap into members' vitality, curiosity, and creativity in a community context. So much aligned with what the villages do. So it's truly an honor to be a partner in what we do virtually. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to start with a very short clip of two of our classes. First is our most popular class. It's one of our rehabilitation programs. It's our physical therapy class, led by a foremost expert in physical therapy, ranked #1 in New York year after year. And then we'll go right into a beautiful Nia dance practice, very gentle. So I would encourage everybody to stand up, just to make sure when you do stand up, you have a place to move if you're going to be dancing with us. But the first program is started seated. So I just want to make sure that your area is cleared and you have space to move if you choose to, or just watch for these initial few minutes. So I hope you will enjoy Vitality Society. Also, the song that you'll hear at the beginning is a song that began in our music class, and then multiple members worked together to complete the song, and then they choreographed a dance with our Latin dance coach. So our members are very engaged in the process and the product of what we offer, and you'll be able to see that and how joyful and delightful the song is. So 1 second, I'm going to share my screen one more time with the audio, and we are good to go.
Society, we're here to make our own reality. We dance and catch, and then we stretch, and leave behind our old mentality.
All right, shrug one shoulder, then the other. Shrug one, then the other, then shrug both of them. And this is just, you hold them up there and then just let them relax. And when you let them relax, think of pushing them down and back. Okay, we're gonna go up and then push them down and back. Now you're gonna go into backward shoulder circles. You're gonna circle your shoulders back and down. Take it and coordinate that with a deep breath in. And let that out. And breathe in. And let that out. Good. And breathe in. And let that out. Good. And one more. Deep breath in. And now we want to go into relaxing the muscles in the face, especially, I know you saw me, I've had a mask on all day yesterday, the day before. Working back in physical therapy, we've got to have the protection. All right, so you're going to we're going to do what's called a neigh. You're just going to let your jaw relax, and you're going to try to make with your lips. Just take a deep breath in, and you get that vibration going in your upper and lower lips. And again, great. And then we're going to go into side bending of the neck. Just bring the ear to the one shoulder, and then to the other side. And you might notice when I do stretches, we start off small, and then each stretch you go a little further into the movement. And we just hold things for like 3 seconds. The older we get, we don't hold it as long because tissues tend to tear, but we want to get that, like almost like we're massaging dry clay. Good. Then you're going to drop your chin to your chest, drop it down, come back up, drop it down, come back up, drop it down, come back up. Then we're going to do what's called half moons, where you drop your chin to your chest and then rotate it to one ear and then towards the other ear, or towards the shoulder. Drop your chin to your chest, rotate to one shoulder, and rotate to the other. Keeping the chin along your chest. Drop it down, rotate to one side, then to the other. Drop down to one side, and then to the other. Good. Then we're going to come back up. We're going to do retractions. You're going to tuck your chin and feel like, okay, I'm tucking and I'm lengthening the back of my neck. So I'm going to tuck and release, and tuck and release, and we're going to tuck and release.
It's my time.
It's my time. Let's go with a step, step, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Anywhere.
You gotta move when your soul says.
She says move. We better move.
You gotta move.
Now, if that's too much, you can slow it down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Your way.
You gotta
Fly. Here comes the Spirit to get you. Ready? Let's go. When the Spirit catches you, the Spirit catches you. Here we go. Whoa. Fall down. Now you can go here. You can go elbows. You can go hands to the floor. Come on up. Step, step, cha-cha-cha. Step, pause. 1, 2, 3. Your way. Walk, 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 whoa. Walk, walk, whoa. Whoa. You gotta dance. Everything's a dance. Hey. Uh-oh. Here comes the Spirit. Let the Spirit get ya. Spirit catches you. Spirit catches you. Catch and release. Whoa.
Community in a brand new way. Cha-cha-cha.
Okay, so I hope everybody is warmed up and we are good to go. I am going to go right into the PowerPoint presentation. So let me walk you through the run of show. I'm going to do a PowerPoint presentation specifically for the villages, talk about what we offer and how we do that. And then Seal of AHA Village in Northern Virginia will speak a moment about what we do. And then we have several of our members who are also village members of AHA and North Carolina Village will share. And then I'll wrap up with our overview video and a demo so you can see what we do before we go right to questions. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation. Okay. So let me go into view slideshow. We have so many beautiful, wonderful members in our community, and I'm so happy and excited to share just a few quotes, and you'll hear testimonials later. But our member Sandy has said, Vitality Society has been my lifeline, and Flora has recently said, Vitality Society is a portal of opportunity and community. So we are so grateful for our members who are so engaged with us and share their perspectives. So by way of background, this is my 30th year working with older people. I began when I was in high school. I wanted my grandparents to live forever. And I thought if I started cooking for them and they would eat better, they would live longer and be part of my life as a result for as long as possible. And that inspired my work. I toured the state of New Jersey, speaking to various community centers throughout the state, and sold a cookbook that I wrote for diet desserts and special diet desserts for older people. And I'm proud to say that I was awarded with a congressional award as a teenager for supporting and serving the older generation. So it is this passion dating back 30 years that has propelled me forward in the work that I do. And so after graduating the Harvard Business School about 20 years ago, I worked in the industry of senior housing now for 2 decades. And I authored a white paper, which I think is particularly relevant to this group, calling it a new look at an aging industry. In senior housing, what we would see is that so few people wanted to move and actually moved into senior housing. And the vast majority of people wanted to stay home and, of course, stay well. And so what I wrote an industry paper on and was distributed throughout the American Association of Senior Housing, basically was suggesting to the industry we need to do pretty much everything differently with a sense of urgency to help us remain relevant as an industry to the aging population that we serve. So rather than continuing to talk the talk, I decided to do it and walk the walk and launch Vitality Society. So that was a really pivotal point in my career, documenting for the industry. We could and should do so much differently and better because the service we provide and the experience we offer is tremendous, but so few benefit. And I sat on various different associations and commissions in New York City, focused on the well-being of the older population. So let's have some fun before we get started. I am going to ask everybody to open their chat. Is that an option? I think so. Yep. So if you would go into your chat and put 2 statements down, 1 truth, 1 lie, but do not say which is which. How do you sustain your vitality? So if you can go ahead and put that in, what 1 truth, 1 lie. Make 2 statements. Could be 2 words. I eat well, and maybe the other one is I dance. One of those is true, one of them is not so true. So I'm looking at the chat, riding horses, eating organic, jogging, walking daily, ooh, lots of sex, exercise daily. I don't know if I have any lies yet. Biking, swimming, jogging, reading. Okay, so this might be the truth. If you haven't yet posted a lie, maybe you want to do that too so I can guess. Okay, so I have no aches and pains. That would be a lie for me. Let's see, I sleep well. That sounds like it might not be so true for most of us. I exercise every day. Again, that's probably not so true for most of us, but aspirational for sure. Wonderful. So you get the point. There's so many ways to look at vitality. And the truth is there is no one prescription, but there are many descriptions of vitality. Some people are exercising every day. Some people are eating very well. Some people see their family members very often. And then there's the inverse of that. Some people don't see their family all that often, or their family is very far away and haven't seen them for quite some time, even predating COVID. And then some people barely have a chance to exercise, enjoy it, but they haven't prioritized it. So there is no one prescription for feeling vital and having a sense of vitality, but there are so many descriptions and you have to find your own. Before I go to the next slide, and we're going to do this in a very interactive way, I like Angela Mercy's, I eat no sugar. I don't know if that's the truth, certainly not my truth, but that's interesting and it made me smile. Okay, so if you would, grab a piece of paper and a pencil. So I'll wait just a moment. If everybody can grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and we're going to go through a new paradigm on healthy aging. So first and foremost, when I set out to create a new paradigm on healthy aging to ground Vitality Society and fuel the work that we do, I had to take a step back and say, let me do research and figure out what this population really needs and wants. So I did this research project for 2 years. I started with Cornell University, my alma mater, did a 100-person survey with graduate students, and then I did 6 focus groups from Washington, D.C. all the way up to Massachusetts. And I set out to answer the question, why and what is vitality? Why do people want to be vital? What is vitality to them? How do I define it? How do I describe it? How do I distill it down to these very simple principles so that everybody could achieve it? So here's how we're going to start. The first one, and every one is just 2-letter words, is be. Become the best version of yourself. And so on the right of each of these principles, I'm going to walk through some research and then pose a question at the end. So it is perhaps a wonderful coincidence that the most recent Harvard Business Review says how to lead with purpose. So I say, how do you lead your life like you led your business during your best years at work? Or if you're someone who worked in your home, how did you do that? How did you create an aura and essence of leading and living a purposeful life? We want to tap into what you're capable of doing, not just earlier, but later in life as well. So I'm going to pose a question, and I want everybody to write down on their scrap paper. We have a vitality vision board, and I'll send you my email. We'll send that to you if you'd like. But how can you be a better version of yourself? How can you be a better version of yourself? So put that down on a piece of paper next to the word be, and let me continue, and we'll go on from there. The second one is do. Pursue volunteer and paid work to remain relevant, and often what people like to do is leave a legacy. So this is actually pretty interesting because billions of dollars are spent convincing people 65 and older that their golden years should really entail retirement, retiring from working, housework, childcare, and travel, play golf, sit around the pool. Yet what's fascinating is all the research actually shows that people who stop working and retire often suffer from various different diseases, depression, and overall malaise. So I pose the question to you, please put this down next to the two-letter word do. What paid or volunteer work do you want to do? So not so much what you're doing now, but what's paid or volunteer work that you would want to do looking ahead.
Meredith, can I interrupt for 1 second? The top part of your screen is blocked. So next to new aging.
Okay, is that good? Is that now?
No, next to new aging, the next word, there it is. But then it's down on the bottom. It's like a black.
Is that a bar? It's the Zoom.
Like a bar.
Oh, hold on, it's the Zoom panel.
Maybe. I don't know. Now you have it in the middle. Now you have a square in the middle. And up top.
Unmute yourself. There.
Is that better?
It
Is that
still
better?
has.
There.
I
would just keep on. I would just keep on going forward.
Keep on going.
You know what? Let me. I have another idea. Just give me 1 second. I am going to. Hold on. What I'm going to do is I'll use PowerPoint and see if that works. And then you could tell me if that's better. Okay. So I will use PowerPoint, and then maybe it was a PDF challenge. Is that better?
No, it has it still. It might be your camera.
My camera. Okay.
I don't know. That one of them just went away. Do it from the beginning. It's better.
Here? Is it still something across the screen?
It's at the bottom of the screen, but continue. It's not blocking it now.
Okay.
Now it is. Now it is. That there.
It's there.
Make sure you start your presentation though, so we can see the full screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Just describe what's
That's
on
good.
your screen.
You're good. Yeah,
Good.
it's not blocking it. Thanks.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now the third one is ed. The third one is ed. Learn to keep a sharp mind. So the idea is to pursue lifelong learning activities that has tremendous benefits that go beyond boosting your brain power. So researchers at Harvard and Princeton discovered the connection between lifelong learning and health. And they discover that the more educated a person is, the lower their rates of anxiety and depression and acute and chronic disease. And there is some question about a chicken and egg question, but nonetheless, the findings are statistically significant. So those that are better educated have less anxiety, depression, and diseases. So the question I pose to you, and please put this down next to Ed, what do you want to learn? What do you want to learn? Okay, and we will continue. So the next one is go. The theme that I consistently heard when I was doing our focus groups and certainly on the survey is people want to travel to discover new places. One asked, if you had more time, if you had more money, what would you do? Everybody, increasingly over time, more and more, as I did my research, showed and said travel. And which is interesting because obviously we're in a period of time where that's not possible. So the benefits of travel for older people include improvements to their mental, physical, and emotional health. And what's I think particularly fascinating is the studies indicate that the impact is even more profound for men. But interestingly enough, one study found that women who vacationed every 6 years or less had a higher risk of developing a heart attack or coronary death compared to women who vacationed at least twice a year. So at Vitality Society, we've done virtual travel. We're planning a whole virtual program of travel in December. But once we're all able to travel, this is something that's actually quite good for your health. So I ask you the question, where are you going next? On your scrap paper, put go, G-O. Where are you going next? When you can hop on that plane next, where are you going? Because it's good for your health to do it. Ha is to laugh lots, to feel good. Interestingly, laughter is actually the strongest and best medicine. Nothing seems to work faster or more dependently than to bring your mind and body back into balance than a really good laugh. And I love some of these points of the research where laughter draws people together, which is something we really enjoy in Vitality Society. We laugh lots, strengthens the immune system, boosts the mood, diminishes pain, and protects effects of stress. So the question I ask for you is, what can you do to boost the laughter in your life? So next to the word ha, please go ahead and write down, what can you do to boost the laughter in your life? We had a comedian a few months ago, which was a lot of fun, but what can you do, given where you are today, to increase the laughter in your life? Hi, this is the cohesive force of Vitality Society, is meeting new people. And you'll hear this as a theme when you get to know our members who are also village members. So 6 feet apart has never felt further away. And actually, psychologists are worried about the long-term effects of our socially distant reality because research has shown that loneliness and isolation are associated with health issues. This we know. Yet, what could we do about it? Studies have revealed that expanding your social network are more likely to live longer. So at this stage of life, all the research suggests that people tend to have a social circle that contracts. But truly what's necessary and valuable to one's health is that it expands. So through your relationships with other village members, through a platform like ours, you get to meet new people, not just in your neighborhood, but it could be throughout your state, throughout the country, and even throughout the world. And there's tremendous value in doing that, even virtually, especially now. So the question I have for you is, how can you become more connected? What's one thing you could do? And take a look at HI, H-I, write that down, and say, how can you become more connected? Okay, the next one is own. So studies show that personality traits such as optimism and pessimism can affect your health and well-being. Positive thinking that comes with optimism is a key part of effective stress management, which, as most people know, is associated with many health benefits, including your brain function. So I'll just share a personal story. I had 2 grandmothers that lived into their mid-90s. My mother's mother that inspired all the work that I did because I saw her every weekend growing up, and my father's mother. And my father's mother, every time I called her for about 2 decades, she would say to me at the end of the conversation, I don't know that we're going to ever speak again. I'm really not feeling well. Now, granted, she had Crohn's disease. She wasn't necessarily feeling very well. But for 2 decades, she would say that to me every time I hung up the phone. And then my mother's mother, on the other hand, thankfully also lived a very healthy, long life. She was always optimistic. She ended up being on a ventilator when she was 92 for 5 weeks and miraculously survived. And after she did, I said to her, Grandma, you scared all of us. She's like, I don't know what people are talking about? I was fine. You know, it is just so interesting that I had these very two different types of outlooks towards aging and life in my life. And I have really embraced my maternal grandmother's optimism about what's possible. That's what I have designed Vitality Society about, which is very inspirational and hopeful. And that's what we try to do and infuse in people's lives. We have one member who jokes that she just comes on because she really likes the positive energy around the coaches that we have and the members that are part of the community, because that helps her in her day. So the question I ask for you is, how can you adopt a better outlook and attitude? How do you achieve serenity to gain clarity? On our platform, we do that through mindfulness and Tai Chi and opportunities to speak before and after all our classes. But how do you adopt a better outlook? Okay, and the last one is the one that gets the most laughs, and it's purposefully at the end, which is OI. So we start with B, become the best version of yourself, and we end with OI, because there is no question at every stage of life, there are concerns and worries that people have. I am currently living in a 3-generation home, so I can hear what my daughter has to say, and I hear what my parents have to say, and then I have my peers that I get to connect with through social media and the phone on a good day. And so there's no question every phase of life has certain worries and concerns that are representative of that stage of life. So there's no need to say how being worried affects your health and well-being. We all know it's not a good thing, but it's actually a reality. So I want to know what worries you most. So answer that question, you know, what worries you most? And then how can our community, and I say our, the Villages and Vitality Society as 2 examples, assist and support you? So that's our 8 principles that really fuels our work. So how did we then move forward? So I knew that those were the 8 principles that were going to guide the community, but what would the community include? So first and foremost, we had to celebrate the notion of community, a committed and vibrant group whose members motivate and support each other to maximize their overall well-being. That is where we start. And then the question is, well, what do we offer? What brings people together? Why do they want to come? And in many cases, our average members come to 5 classes a week, and we have many members that come to every class, every day. So we offer 16 live on Zoom classes each week, spanning multiple intensity levels, various types of fitness, wellness, and a huge emphasis on enrichment and special events. So I think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we focus on self-belonging, like part of a community, and then self-realization and actualization to help people fulfill their goals and tap into their curiosity and creativity. And then our coaches are top tier. We did a survey of all of our coaches, and all of our members got to fill out at the end of the classes. Of the 16 classes, 14 out of 16 got 5 out of 5 stars, and 2 got 4.9 out of 5. And I have to say that it is the signature style that every one of our coaches brings to our community, the ability to provide a sufficient amount of support, but adequate challenge for a wide range of capabilities and a wide range of goals. But these coaches are best in class, and we are really committed to curating the best content and having the best coaches. And the last part, which is so important to our members and very much the emphasis of what we do, is to deliver all of this in a supportive way with our concierge model. So we send daily reminders, right before classes we send reminders, but this ongoing and accessible assistance to improve the overall experience. And now I'm going to pause for a moment, and I was going to do the demo after Seal was going to share a little bit about her experience working with Vitality Society. So Seal, if you would, it's been a pleasure working with you and AHA and getting to know your incredible members. And I thought you'd be so kind to share your perspective on when you learned about Vitality Society, why was it of interest, and how you've enjoyed the platform as a member as well as a leader of your village. Thank you so much.
Sure. Well, so my village is, or our village is in Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. And like everyone else, when COVID hit, we very quickly moved to holding our events and our discussion groups and all the different things that we do to virtual gatherings. And we even added more content to our normal array, just to kind of make up for what we weren't able to do in person. So fitness classes had not really been a part of our offerings before COVID. But when COVID hit, we had a volunteer offer a 4 or maybe it was 6-part yoga series. She just volunteered and offered it for free. And a number of our members took part in that. And soon after that, another wonderful volunteer who's also involved in the village movement offered up on a volunteer basis some breathing and stretching classes. And there was pretty steady interest in that as well. So I thought, that's interesting. All of our members, we'd never been in the, with the exception of some balance classes that we have offered to our members because we are part of the Northern Virginia Falls Prevention Alliance, a big initiative in this area. But with the exception of that series of classes, we had not been offering really fitness and fitness classes because there's so many options around here. Everybody has their favorite Pilates studio and that sort of thing. But one thing that our members were saying come June, when we realized the pandemic was going to last longer than we initially thought, they said, we're not going back to our studios. We're just not comfortable. Nearly everyone said that. And so it seemed to me like there was an opportunity. There was a need that our members had that was not, that was a big part of their ritual and their life, and it wasn't happening anymore. So around that time, I learned that Vitality Society had done an information session through Village to Village Network. I had to miss it because of another commitment. So I listened to the recording a week or so later, and I thought, there seemed the language that the whole concept of community and sharing and building one another up, it just sounded so villagey. It sounded so much like what we do, and it just seemed like a good fit. So Meredith and I began to talk, and we worked out sort of an intro. We worked out a way to introduce Vitality Society to our members, and I went to our board and I said I'd like to kind of begin a partnership with Vitality Society. And it is, everyone pays for it individually, the monthly fee. We just basically offer up, it was a preferred rate, if you will, and we are sort of the entry point to Vitality Society for our members. Well, we wanted to do it because we are, on the spectrum of membership fees, we might be on the higher end. We charge $600 per member, $850 to a household. And we're a high touch, higher price membership. We live in an expensive city. We have expenses, and anyway, won't get into all that, but we really worried that we weren't going to deliver what our members were expecting from us. So it was just, the idea was to offer something special, an additional benefit to our members. So that's really how it all came about. And now I think it was July when we first offered it up. And now I think we've got 10 members who participate pretty regularly. I'm one of the members who did join Vitality Society. I do a lot of my fitness and exercising outdoors in good weather. There's about 3 or 4 months out of the year where I don't seem to be doing so much outside. And so that's when I'm going to probably elevate my participation on Vitality Society, but I'm already enjoying, I really love the Latin dance classes on Fridays, the barefoot therapy. I don't get to do those as often, but that's wonderful. I love the Broadway dance classes. There's so much I have not tried yet. And if I wasn't working, I'd be on that thing all day long, but there's enough being offered that there's something for everybody. And I do love how inviting it is when you go into a class and, Roberto calls you by name and, hey, Ellen, we haven't seen you in a long time. Where you been? There is this community building aspect, and it just seems so much like our existing community. And I kind of love the idea that our village is part of the greater village community that is taking part in Vitality Society. So I guess that's what I would say is we want it to be a member retention tool, to be quite honest, something that our members enjoy and can stay fit and healthy and feel good during these, difficult times. And maybe there will be a way to use it as an acquisition tool for newer members, just another reason for newer members to join. But we're figuring it out. But meanwhile, we're really enjoying the program. And I can say we're happy that we became part of the Vitality Society community.
Wonderful, Lucio. So I've enjoyed working with you from the very beginning, so thank you. I want to answer one question and then we'll go right to Ruth Arnold, one of our members from AHA. So it's $19.99 a month, and that is a $10 discount to Village members that we extend to all of the Village members who join and have an active Village membership. And that allows you unlimited access to our 16 live classes, as well as our recording of our fitness and wellness classes. So that's how we charge. You're automatically, once you become a member, automatically billed monthly, and you can cancel at any time with 2 clicks or a quick email to Anna, and we do that instantly. I'm proud to say so few people cancel, but when they need to, it's always because they're having a surgery or they're recovering from an injury, and they come right back when that's healed and recovered. So we've grown entirely through word of mouth. We were just featured in the New York Times a few days ago, so that was very exciting. But prior to that, it was really through word of mouth, and some press as well pick up in some major markets on TV and ABC and CBS in Los Angeles and Philadelphia and Las Vegas and West Virginia. So Ruth, if you would, one of the benefits too, and Ruth will share, is the idea of meeting new members from other villages. So you'll hear from Ruth of AHA and Jen Hines of AHA, and then we have 2 members, Joy and Marty from North Carolina. Okay, Ruth, thank you so much.
Thank you, Meredith. I guess Seal said a lot, but I can't believe how lucky I am to have found Vitality Society. When I heard about it, I thought, well, this sounds interesting, and I already do a lot of exercise. I walk and I use a little exercise room where I live. But I thought, when the weather's not so good, and sometimes it's a little lonely when you're out walking by yourself. I mean, I see people, but it's not the same. Oh, well, this sounds interesting, but I'll give it a try. And I mean, I can't believe what an amazing addition it's been to my life. I mean, I do, I would say at least 1 class, maybe 2 per day. And they're all absolutely wonderful. The coaches are really high quality. And there's such a variety. And it's so easy. You just get your message in the morning and you click on it and you're there. And then you go into the gallery view and there's lots of people and you see the coach and we all chat, and it's just been absolutely wonderful. We have the community side of it, I think, is a huge, huge benefit. And I think it will be even more when the weather gets worse and I'm not able to go out as much as I normally do. And the longer you're a member, the more you get to know people. And it's a club, it really is, very supportive. And I say the variety of things is so good, not only exercise, but we've had a photography group. We all learn how to use our iPhones for photography. It was great. And there's an art group. And I mean, we had some beauty things. We learned about makeup and hair, and it's just an amazing variety. And we have fun. I always love the little Vitality Society jingle. I find myself sort of going for my walks and singing it as I go along. But no, I mean, I think it's great. And I also think it's incredible value for money. I mean, what that fee is nothing when you consider what's offered, and it's worth every cent to me. And I love it. And Meredith is great. She's always she comes in and says, I mean, how she has the time to do it, I don't know, but she's always there and just one of the crew and welcomes us and we chat, and it's great. And her partner in crime, Anna, who's the concierge, is amazing too. She's always ready to answer any questions or help with anything. So I have nothing but good things to say about it. I love it and highly recommend it.
And we love you. Ruth has the most beautiful accent, and we love hearing you and seeing you every day. So Ruth, thank you for your engagement with us. And I think Ruth is one of our members that at least goes to 5 classes a week. I don't count everybody. We don't keep taking attendance, but I love seeing you as often as I do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So we will go to Joy. Let's see, Joy Morrow. We can bring Joy up. Let's see. Steve, would you be able to bring Joy up? There you are, Joy. Good to see you. Do you want to unmute yourself, Joy? Great.
Okay, am I unmuted?
You're unmuted. Great to see you, Joy.
Thank you. Well, I want to tell everybody that I am receiving no remuneration for
No, nobody is. Nobody is.
But,
Although if you ever had to hire a sales force, I know who to call on, because Ruth and Joy and Jen and Marty are wonderful. But no, nobody's being paid. I just want
no.
Joy, thank you for mentioning that.
Yes. I just want to say that this Vitality Society experience has been nothing short of life-saving for me in terms of maintaining my physical and mental health during this time. As a relatively newly retired person living alone, the quarantine put a quick stop to my new volunteer activities, which I had started delivering meals and visiting people, and then everything had to stop. And I was going to the Y and going to yoga classes. And what I discovered with this program was every type of activity that I could possibly even think about participating in, all in one place. And most importantly for me, is easy to access. I'm really pretty low skilled technologically. So the fact that we have the assistance provided is really, really important. Anna is our technical person. We call her, I guess, a concierge. And she makes it possible for me to just click a link every day and just there it all is. I don't have to look any place. Every morning I get an email that says, here are the links for the day. So I know what classes are there. I don't have to even look at my calendar. And then right before any particular class, there's another reminder, here's the link for this class. If I had to look around on my own and find individual classes, like if I wanted an exercise class or an art class or a dance class, and had to find that all around the city or on different venues, I would just never do it. And if I had to, I know I live right near a Y, and if I had to try and say, okay, I'm going to go to a dance class, or I'm going to go to a NIA or whatever, I know I'd find an excuse not to go. But the fact that it's right there in my house with just a click of my my computer, it just makes it so easy. So it's just been wonderful. And I think that with winter coming and less opportunity to do what we would normally do outside, it's going to be even more important for helping with the isolation that we all feel with even limiting the walking and running that people are doing. I was also just going to address the classes that I particularly like. And I do like a lot of the exercise classes, the bar, the stretching, the toning, the Latin dancing, the NIA, and the special classes that we had, like the photography. And we did an escape room. If you can imagine, we did escape room online on a Zoom. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but that was so much fun. So just to end this, the other night, I was in the kitchen cleaning up and I found myself singing and dancing just by myself. And I started laughing and I thought, this has got to be a result of the Nia and the Latin dance class. I felt so good. I was just smiling and laughing and dancing. So thank you
so much, Joy. So wonderful, wonderful. So now we'll go to Jen Hines. Jen Hines is our resident photographer. Jen Hines is an incredibly gifted photographer, raised the bar in our photography program, inspired so many members. So Jen, if you would, we'll do one briefly, 1 or 2 minutes with you and Marty, and then we'll go to the closing video. We're good to go.
Honestly, I don't think I can add too much more to what Joy and Ruth have already said. The caliber of the instructors, the coaches is outstanding. Even when one of them isn't available and you have to bring in a substitute, they're every bit as good as the original one. And they're coming from all over the world sometimes. It's just kind of amazing. I don't know if it's being in New York where you have just this capability to tap into really high caliber instructors, but you know, we're getting Tai Chi from someone in Berkeley and stretching from Prague or something, I don't know, but it all works. It's all virtual. And our Nia dancing. I did really enjoy the photography, and there's an art group that meets every week. So I really think that and then there's the university, the Vitality Society University, which has special talks by a lot of members themselves who are really accomplished people in their own right. And to be able to share that and learn more about each other is really valuable. So I think it's great. I joined in June, and I'm like a 3 to 4 times a week, and it tends to be at night, which works for me because during the day I'm not always available. So I'll be doing Tai Chi tonight. So,
beautiful. Jennifer, thank you so much, so much. And so we'll wrap up with Marty. I want to say Jen mentioned a beautiful program that we have is Vitality University. It features the incredible work and passion and projects of our members. And Marty will be leading an event. I'll show you where to find that. So she'll be leading a program, Upright or Uptight, Posture Improvement, tapping into her research and work over the years. So Marty, if you would briefly share your experience on Vitality Society, and thank you so much in advance for contributing your expertise this weekend.
Certainly. I learned about Vitality Society through the Village to Village Network. I attended that meeting that was held where it was introduced, and I was teaching pre-COVID about 5 to 6 yoga and Pilates classes each week, and that all stopped when the senior center closed and the Y closed. So I'm there, and then so I'm learning about Vitality Society, and I try a few classes, and I like this. The ones that I like the most are barefoot therapy. In part, as part of my yoga training, I learned about the importance of getting those feet out of your shoes and opening up the space between the toes. So I like to take that from Roberto each week as part of my rituals. I'm finding as we get older, we have a few more maintenance rituals than perhaps we had earlier. Also, I really like the Nia and the stamina class on Saturday morning where you walk a mile and you have no idea that you've actually done a mile. And Latin dance, of course. Latin dance is directly after barefoot therapy. So you're really very strong on your feet. That prepares you for the Latin dance. The gentle yoga class, Sarah Gallman, is very good, and it was very comforting to me because I'm sure she's had different training. She lives in a whole different part of the world, but I've taught no shortage of gentle yoga classes, and hers were very good. And were based on some of the same training that I had, so it really felt comforting. And of course, I love Peggy Brill's class. I've been a member of a village for about 5 years, and we've been actively, and this seemed like something that could be offered to our community. And so I'm glad that it is available at this particular time. The Vitality University that Meredith mentioned, I heard about this and I thought I would volunteer to lead a session on forward head posture and how to avoid it. There's so many influences from gravity that have us going like this more and more. And we know that's not good for us. And there are things we can do. I'll give you a brief preview. So we'll take our hands, clasp your hands behind your back. Be sure that your head is pressing against the hands, not the other way around. Then tuck your chin in and let the head fly to the sky. Maybe even lift that skull a little bit, and you'll feel it in the neck, and say, oh, thank you, neck, because that feels good. And then we'll pretend that these elbows that you can or cannot see, depending on how much my background is blocking out my arms, we'll pretend they're angel wings. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose as you bring the elbows in towards the center of the forehead while the shoulder blades continue down the back. Inhale, open.
Right, Marty, I have to
Exhale
stop you
out.
because we have so much to look forward to this weekend.
And that's it.
I want to
So-
show everybody how to sign up for your event. Marty, thank you.
You bet.
So I want to show what Marty just said because I didn't want to stop the exercises, but I want everybody to be able to do this with us. So you'll go to Vitality Society by going this way. So bit.ly/VS Partners. We've created a different platform, different entryway for you to get in. And when you go there, you'll be at this page. And if you click on events, I didn't want Marty to give away all the secrets, but here, if you go to up, right, or uptight posture improvement with Marty and Coach Peggy Brill. And then you're able to say, I'm going, and all you need to do to be a member is to enter your name and email and no credit card. This is free of charge. And you can enter this group free of charge, participate in this event free of charge, and we would love to have you. We also have a demonstration on Friday, open to everybody all over our platform is able to participate. And then we have a special one on October 29th. So if you go to bit.ly/VS Partners, I put it in the chat, you'll see that. Also, while here is you'll see, importantly, experience one complimentary month of Vitality Society classes. So here's a way to understand what we do. And we have a frequently asked questions. So all of your questions could be answered. We have our calendar here, which you'll see. And the calendar here, you'll see we have 16 classes a week, various different types of exercises, various different intensities, and you can observe that if you have any questions, you can post it right below the calendar. So I wanted to just show too, Jen and others have referenced the groups that we have. So let me show you, our photography gallery is a good example. We create communities broadly through the whole organization of Vitality Society, but we also do it around different classes. So we've learned people post their beautiful work that we are through the skills and instruction that we get in our class, and then people could respond down below. So I'll give you an example. Here's one of our members, Marsha. She took a picture. People could respond to Marsha. Here's one of our members, Donna, had a new grandson and her husband was holding the baby, and people comment on the baby. So, and here's the materials from the course. So we do that quite a bit. We also have a very vibrant community around hula hooping, which is a super fun class. When we were on TV in Las Vegas, I was contacted by a member of the Cirque du Soleil troupe, and she does hula hooping classes, and we introduced it. Her mom is a member, former circus performer, and Getty, our instructor, her daughter, has created this 100-day challenge, and our members are hula hooping in 100 days consistently and loving it and having so much fun doing that. So I'm going to pause and go right to our video. But again, I'm going to type it into the chat, but it's bit.ly/VS Partners. Oops, getting a typing test here. VS Partners. So that is the link, and I'll bring you to your partners group. And again, you go under discovery, you can see everything. Here's where you can see the complimentary month, like I said, where you get it. And then you would click here on this and it opens up the free month, and you say try for free, gives you an explanation of that, and says 1 month free, try free, and you can sign up for that. Okay, so I am going to show our video, And that way we could wrap up with that and we stay right on time. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna close this out. Here's our overview video, so everybody has a chance to see that. I'm gonna stop share. And then please post while you're viewing this, please go ahead and post your questions in the Q&A and I will answer them as the video plays. Okay. Hold on 1 second, I have so many screens.
Vitality, society, we're here to make our own reality. We dance and stretch, and then we stretch, and leave behind our old mentality.
Staying connected amid COVID-19 just got a little easier for older adults thanks to a new online platform that launched earlier this year. It was envisioned and researched by a Harvard MBA graduate with over 30 years of experience helping older adults. Tamala Edwards has this story in this week's Art of Aging.
Meredith Oppenheim was just ahead of the COVID curve when she launched Vitality Society, an online platform geared towards those 60 and over.
We launched January 2020. We focus on fostering camaraderie, providing community, and offering coaching.
Oppenheim worked in the senior housing industry for years and says she recognized how important it was for older adults to stay connected.
We provide an environment for people to expand their social circle.
It's a great opportunity to have a bit of the conversation that I like having.
Vitality Society is guided by 8 principles.
One of our guiding principles is be. We want our members to be the best versions of themselves.
I just love Vitality Society. It has helped me so enormously during this COVID crisis. It structured my life, it gave me a structure, and it provided me with the most enriching classes.
We offer over 16 fitness, wellness, and enrichment classes each week, taught by top-tier professionals. Our rehabilitation classes are our most popular classes. We offer physical therapy, stretching, and barefoot therapy. Our members are able to improve and progress and participate in even more programs.
Sarah Gallman teaches gentle yoga with healing sounds,
which really helps creating an essence of calming and soothing energy around our members. We also have mindfulness classes such as meditation and Qigong.
Oppenheim moderates the sessions, hosting group chats before and after classes.
Iris and I enjoy a lot of laughter together, so
We do. Laughing is good.
Which really helps create a great community spirit that we're all in this together and we've got this.
There are different groups that members can join and special events offered each month.
Our therapeutic arts programming is part of our enrichment offering. Our members have a chance to tap into their creativity as part of a larger community. We also have celebrated the works of our members in evening gallery openings.
My passion is for helping people live longer, healthier lives, and I'm excited to ignite this movement and be a leader in supporting people 60 and older who are young at heart that want to remain that way.
Cha-cha-cha.
Okay, so let me show this last piece of the video, and these are the dates for everybody to know. So today is enrollment will begin to get a complimentary month of classes for $19.99. Again, that's a $10 discount from our non-village rate per month. And on October 29th, we will have a 4 p.m. demonstration presentation. We will also have a special class component with that. I'll take a poll of some of our members. So if you put in the chat what's you most interested in, which class sounds the best, we will facilitate that. And then November 30th is the enrollment period that will end for the complimentary month because it runs for a month and we want everybody to sign up before the end of the year. And the registration deadline to get the $19.99 month rate, which is a charter membership. So you will always pay $19.99 for the ongoing membership. And that ends this year, December 31st. And January 1st, our prices for our village members will go up to $24.99. We did a close to a year promotion with the villages and we're so happy about that. But to adjust for the quantity of classes and the caliber of coaches and the quantity of offering that we will be adjusting our prices come next year for those who have not paid the $19.99. Everybody who's paid $19.99 will continue to pay $19.99, provided they sign up before the end of 2020. And one important point, while we have so many members who are solo agers living alone that participate in our solo ager program and all of our classes, I do want to share that should you be living with a partner, a sibling, a parent, a child, we have one membership that applies to all in a single household. So think of it as more on the cable side of things. So that's that. I will go ahead and put the, again, to all panelists, I will put the bit.ly link where you go ahead and just enter. Again, no cost for doing that. And we would love for you to take advantage of free month and the $19.99 price for 2020. And I'm just looking to see if there's any questions while you wrap up, Barbara. So
yeah, unfortunately, we're out of time.
The chat will be saved so I can answer later.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And we do have some, I will go ahead and put your contact information in there, which if it hasn't already been done. And we thank you for your time.
Wonderful. And just to answer the quick question, yes, you can cancel at any time. And if you need to put it on hold, you can do that too. So thank you, Barbara. Thank you for everything. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now. I'm going to introduce now. So thank you, Meredith. That was great. We have William. Hold on. My screen just went down. Hang on. Always that way.
Hillary?
There we go. William Henry is coming on. He is with Viz Insurance, and I would like to give him the opportunity to, give us a sponsor spotlight on Viz. So, William, come on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There he goes. Oh. Okay, I just brought him over.
Okay.
There he goes.
You there, William?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I went looking for you earlier and you were not on yet. So you're
Yep.
good? There you go.
I can
Good.
hear you.
There you go. Hi, nice to see you in person.
Good to see you, Barbara. And hello, everyone.